Welcome, everyone. Let's dig into this intriguing approach to Facebook advertising that's shaking things up. It's all about a rapid launch and scale framework that promises launching profitable ad campaigns in just 10 minutes or less.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not your garden variety strategy, is it? It sounds like we're talking about a complete reinvention of the ad game designed around Facebook's new AI.
Exactly. It's like this system flips the old methods on their head. Instead of painstakingly creating 20 to 30 ad sets with micro-targeting, here you have a dynamic, rapid deployment method that leverages the platform's AI to find your
Yeah.
perfect audience on its own.
So, kind of like you're not telling Facebook exactly who to target, but you're creating an ad that naturally draws in anyone that fits your ideal profile.
That's exactly it. Instead of the rigid targeting rules, you craft an ad that magnetizes your ideal customers out of a broad market. It's like going into a huge party and telling a story that makes your audience find you naturally.
Right? I love that analogy. And it's interesting how this system emphasizes simplicity. Only 10 minutes to set up a functioning campaign. It seems almost too good to be true.
True, and here's the kicker. The framework was built by someone with, well, a pretty impressive resume in ads, Hernan Vasquez. This is the guy who's been running ads since 2012 and has managed a whopping $100 million in ad spend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's worked with big names like Grant Cardone, Frank Kern, and Tony Robbins. That level of expertise adds a lot of credibility. But don't you think it might be a little, I don't know, too good to be true for the common marketer?
I see where you're coming from. It does sound almost revolutionary, but Hernan's experience in the trenches gives him this practical, real life edge compared to those who are just, you know, teaching outdated
Yeah,
strategies.
right. And he even makes a solid point about how the old methods, think waiting for 50 to 100 pixel conversions and scaling with lookalike audiences, are just not effective anymore.
Absolutely. With Facebook's AI getting smarter, those old techniques can actually hinder your campaign performance. Now, instead of narrowing your audience too much, the framework lets you cast a wider net by focusing on a compelling, conversion driven creative approach.
Mm-hmm. And it employs what's described as a traffic light system to decide which aspects of your campaign are working, which ones to kill, and which ones to scale. That seems like a very intuitive way to manage a campaign budget.
Right? It's almost like having an automated little manager inside your ad strategy that tells you when to greenlight more spending and when to stop it in its tracks.
Yeah. I gotta say, though, it still leaves me a bit skeptical. I mean, even if the system is excellent, don't you think the promise of 10 minutes or less might set unrealistic expectations for some people?
That's a fair concern. I mean, while it's designed to be simple, the effectiveness ultimately depends on the user's ability to implement it correctly. Plus, results will vary. Hernan does note that outcomes depend on factors like work ethic and previous experience.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, he even states results are never guaranteed. It's honest, but also makes me wonder if it's more about the value of the framework rather than any miracle claim.
Sure, it's more about giving you a system that's 10 times the value of what you pay. With it being only $5, it's an investment that, if it delivers even a fraction of what's promised, could transform your approach.
Yeah, only $5? That's practically pocket change compared to the potential angel returns it might bring. It seems like a psychological play as well, because people who invest something are more likely to actually follow through.
Right? It's a clever mechanism. They call it a numbers game, ensuring the framework attracts serious marketers rather than tire kickers who would barely implement it.
Mm-hmm. And there's another interesting angle here, the new newsletter for advertisers, entrepreneurs, and media buyers. That could be a way to keep users updated with what's actually working in real time.
Yes, it ties the whole approach together. You not only get the system, but you also get a stream of insights on current trends and strategies from someone who's actively running multi figure campaigns.
Yeah. It reminds me of how some sports teams, when they upgrade their playbook, also bring in constant coaching updates along with the strategy. It sort of creates a continuous feedback loop for improvement.
That's an awesome parallel. It's like handing out a playbook where every new game or campaign is fine tuned based on the fastest changing environment. And that's why the framework emphasizes working with Facebook's new AI rather than
Hmm.
fighting against it.
But then, don't you think there might be a risk given that Facebook changes its algorithms pretty frequently? What happens if another shift occurs?
That's a valid point. The framework is marketed as being built around the current AI changes, and while that brings a lot of immediate advantage, it could need future updates. However, the underlying principle of creating an ad that magnetizes your audience is timeless in a way.
Yeah, I guess it's similar to creating a compelling narrative. It can adapt even if the medium changes. So, the essence of the strategy is to work with adaptability and creativity rather than rigid micro targeting.
Exactly. And it's interesting how the blueprint suggests you can start on any budget, whether it's a modest $10 to $20 a day or a larger sum. That's a nice inclusive angle, making it accessible to budding advertisers.
Mm-hmm. Right, accessibility is key. Many small businesses could really benefit from something like this that doesn't demand a huge upfront budget or advanced technical know how.
And it's designed to only require basic navigation of Facebook Ads Manager. So even if you're not a tech wizard, the framework should be implementable.
Yeah. One thing that struck me was the notion that old methods actually work against you now. Instead of micro targeting and controlling every variable, you let the platform's AI work its magic. It's a bit counterintuitive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you're trusting the algorithm to do the heavy lifting. Instead of manually filtering who sees your ads, you create an ad that appeals broadly, then let the AI pick up on the small details.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That shift in mindset from controlling every element to curating an environment where customers come to you is radical. And it seems to be the secret behind generating that kind of seven-figure monthly ad spend they advertise.
Right on. And with over $250 million in attributed sales under Hernan's belt, the framework is backed by real, substantial results, even if
Yeah.
individual experiences may vary.
It sounds like the framework not only offers the system itself, but also a confidence boost for those stepping into digital ad spaces that are rapidly evolving. There's comfort in knowing you're using methods that are proven to work with current tech.
Absolutely. It's all about hitting that sweet spot of creativity, speed, and leveraging technology smartly. And for a low entry price like $5, it really is positioned as a low
Mhm.
risk, high reward opportunity.
Although I wonder if for some really established advertisers, this might feel a bit too basic. Do you think the framework has enough depth to satisfy a veteran's needs?
That's a good challenge. For experienced advertisers, the principles may seem elementary compared to advanced strategies they've mastered. However, the rapid setup and the adoption of AI might still add value by streamlining processes and saving time. Basically, even the veterans could appreciate a new twist in efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, and it might even complement the more advanced tactics that they already implement. It shows that even in a saturated field, simplicity and innovation can prevail.
Indeed, and remember, while results aren't guaranteed since so many factors come into play, there's a 30-day refund guarantee if you don't feel it's loaded with value. That definitely lowers the entry barrier for experimentation.
Mhm. That's a solid safety net. Offering a refund if it doesn't blow your mind with value really puts the emphasis on practical, real-world benefits rather than lofty promises.
Exactly, it's a no nonsense approach. The framework acknowledges the risks involved in any business and it emphasizes that success comes down to consistent effort and smart implementation.
Yeah. In sum, we're looking at an ad strategy that adapts to the rapid changes of Facebook's platform, bridges the old and the new, and provides an accessible entry point for both budding and veteran advertisers.
Right, and it's a great reminder that in digital marketing, success often lies in being nimble, embracing new tech, and knowing when to let go of outdated tactics.
Mm-hmm. It certainly gives a fresh perspective on how to harness Facebook's evolving ecosystem. I think anyone interested in scaling ad spend should at least check it out, even if just to see how the newer methodologies stack up.
Absolutely. With only a $5 investment, it's a small price to pay for potentially transformative insights. And honestly, in an industry that's changing so fast, staying updated is crucial.
Yeah, well said. It's all about continual adaptation and learning, and this framework seems to encapsulate that philosophy perfectly.
Agreed. And that wraps up our deep dive into this innovative, rapid ads framework. Whether you're just starting or you're a seasoned pro, there's something here to
Mm-hmm.
rethink your ad strategy.
Thanks for walking us through these insights. It's been a lively and enlightening chat.
Thank you, and until next time, keep experimenting and refining your digital strategies.